There was a story today, speaking of polls, just wild. There's a poll about California and the way people view California. And this poll has California viewed as not really American by half of the Republicans polled. I mean, here we are, this place, I think, of dreams and prosperity and beautiful nature and the spectacle of everything good, the land of plenty in many ways, right? I think that's the reputation I always associated with California anyway. Nationwide, 50% of U.S. adults believe the state is in decline, according to this new survey for the LA Times. Now, make no mistake, political polarization has amplified all of this negativity. 48% of Republicans, as I say, believe the state is, quote, not really American. 3 in 10 Republicans say the home of Yosemite's sheer peaks and Sequoia's towering redwoods and Malibu's beaches has a worse natural environment than other states.
What? Wow.
Nearly 40% of Republicans don't even think California is a good place to visit.
Good. Don't come here.
Yeah, exactly.
Good day, sir.
A majority in both parties say they have been to the state of California. They surveyed just over 1,000 adults, and this is a firm out of Canada that has polled extensively in the U.S. They're called Ledger, L-E-G-E-R. And Republicans, it may be of no surprise to you, more in agreement that California is in decline. As to whether California is in decline, 52% of Republicans say yes, 29% of independents, and only 12% of Democrats. If you're a conservative American, you basically do not like California, is the quote from Christian Bork, who's the executive vice president of the organization that, as I say, this Leger, I think they're Canadian, maybe they say it like that. He's the poll supervisor. We all expected some of that, he says, but the differences are actually quite striking. California has, however, and this might be much more important than the first part, although the first part is a grabby headline, you're right, that, you know, California is viewed as un-American by Republicans. That's a grabby headline. California has maintained its reputation as a new frontier among who? Young people. Younger Americans are more likely to say that California is a trendsetter for the country. 29% agree with that. 40% somewhat agree with it. Only 8% completely disagree. That's among in a demographic 18 to 34. 6 in 10 adults nationwide think the state is a trendsetter, and that is and has had a positive impact on the country. And again, younger people still le gusta California. They like it. People who see racism as an important issue in the U.S., for example, are more than twice as likely to think California is a good place to visit than are those who think racism is unimportant. So you begin to see political biases and philosophical biases and lifestyle and cultural biases in here. Californians do have notably different views than the rest of the country on some issues. Abortion stands out. Nearly half, 46% of Californians, say abortion should be legal in all cases. That's a view shared by just over 1 in 4 adults nationwide. So in California, we are more progressive and more liberal leaning in some of these different areas of political philosophy.
Republicans think our standard of living is worse than other states here in California, which is weird to me. Why would you think that?
Here's why. I would suggest, I mean, I don't agree, of course, but I can at least make the argument that the cost of living here is so high that you are unable to really provide yourself with the standard of living, if you want to think of it this way,
I see.
that you might be able to in many
Right.
other states.
Right.
You take your bag of magic beans, money,
Yeah.
to California, and those beans don't go as far.
Because all we can afford is a grungy apartment on the dirtiest street with the trash strewn across the sidewalk. That's
Well, when you say it like that,
Yeah.
it's thank you. Yeah.
got it.
But I just think this is the only reason I care so passionately about California is I think there's so much great about California. The idea that you could in any way look at the natural resources of California and not be in absolute wonderment at how spectacular it is, it astounds me. I mean, we're the breadbasket of the world in so many ways, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that you have these wondrous outdoor spaces, whatever you want, you have this brilliant incubator for invention and innovation in Silicon Valley and beyond. I get it. You can talk about regulation and taxes and cost of living. Of course, these things coexist. But the idea that you could be so down on California feels like just straight out partisanship to me, you know. I do think, as I was saying to Frank Buckley, we got to clean up our act. We got to get tougher and clean up our act. But it's hard to hire cops, as you know, for those who feel we need more cops in San Francisco, and I'm guessing that's most people. And when I say San Francisco, I mean Oakland also, you know, and San Jose, et cetera, the Bay Area, and across Southern California, too, in Los Angeles. They need cops. Fewer and fewer people want to be cops. So to the extent that that's required to clean up some of the issues in the city, you also need, you know, sound strategies when it comes to homelessness, et cetera. But anyway, the cultural clashes, I thought, really came forward in this study and this most recent poll. And as I say, I guess we're all un-American, according to almost half those polled in this new survey. Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell, you'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.